Hi, I love horror. Do you? Welcome to Love Horror Podcast Episode 16. I don't always do reviews. Some episodes of Love Horror Podcast might be trivia or interviews with filmmakers. But last time I did review a Christmas slasher film called Dismembering Christmas by Slasher Studios. And again this time I have another review for you. This time I had a chance to watch a screener for American Backwoods, Slew Hampshire. It's a horror thriller that is available via DVD and video on demand, including iTunes, in North America at the moment only. So it doesn't seem to be available elsewhere yet, just North America, and the DVD, according to Amazon, is only Region 1. It has a running time of about 103 minutes. This is the synopsis from the official website. In June of 1994, one of the most brutal mass slaughters in history occurred in the backwoods of northern New England. 4 months later, history is about to repeat itself. The end of summer signals the brink of manhood for a group of lifelong friends who proudly call New Hampshire their home. But when they embark upon a local rite of passage, travelling north for one final weekend of debauchery together, it just might prove to be their final weekend period, as this rite is doomed to go frightfully wrong. When they find themselves ensnared in a struggle for survival amongst a sinister hunting party, a bloodthirsty tribe, and a mythical beast, what begins as a comedy of errors devolves into an all-out Darwinian duel to the death. And less than 24 hours will pass before the slew of lives has been claimed and the last of the living remain. I should start off by mentioning that there is a trailer available, but it doesn't do it justice. The trailer, in my opinion, makes the movie look far more low budget than it actually feels when you watch it. It had, according to Internet Movie Database, an estimated budget of $300,000. The movie feels to me to be a bit of a cross between The Hills Have Eyes and a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It has good professional quality cuts, editing, and a nice opening credit sequence. It sticks pretty well to the classic horror formula, which is what I'm sure they were going for, including typical or even cliché things like a cop who's up to no good, a nutcase at a gas station reminiscent of Ralph in the first two Friday the 13th movies. All the main characters are male, which is a bit different. Normally in movies, especially in horrors, you would either have a mix of male and females, or you would have an entire female cast. In fact, you don't see a main female character in this movie until about 55 minutes in. I would prefer it if they were female, as I think most people are going to care much more about women being kidnapped, raped, and murdered than they are men. I also think people are more likely to root for female characters. The only problems I have with this movie are the following, and they are not major issues. 1, I don't feel the main characters show enough emotion. They don't really seem to care about much or about anything, especially Bro. 2, the music at times can be a little too loud when people are talking. However, the dialogue is still hearable, it is still audible, unlike in some movies. And it does have good sound quality. The sound quality doesn't sound like blown out like I have seen in other low budget movies. It's got good sound quality, just occasionally the music can be a little too over the top when people are talking. A scene with a woman giving birth near the end of the movie also felt like it went on for far too long. So if you're someone who just can't stand low budget movies, then maybe give this a miss. But if you are able to watch low budget movies, then I do recommend you at least give this a quick rent. I recommend you rent it at least, if nothing else. It is better than the trailer makes it look. And if you're in North America, you don't have to buy the DVD. It is available on video on demand on places such as iTunes. So that's pretty much it this time. Just a quick review to talk about the movie American Backwoods. It is available in North America, as I've mentioned previously, so give it a look. There is an official website and a Facebook page, and I will put those links in the description along with this podcast. So that's it. As a reminder, this podcast is listed in the iTunes podcast directory and you can subscribe to it from there. If you have any suggestions for the next episode or just this podcast in general, then you can email me at lovehorrorpodcast@yahoo.co.uk. That's lovehorrorpodcast, all one word, lovehorrorpodcast@yahoo.co.uk. Thanks for tuning in.